coming back to Pick Central. Today it is myself and Smitty. Is Megan on?
What's up, boys?
All right, Megan is with us today, and Big Ev will join us shortly. We got a lot to cover, but to start the show, Damar Hamlin showing some fucking good signs, squeezing hands, opening his eyes, which is awesome to hear. So that's any positive news with him is awesome. Yeah, that if anyone wants to read it, that's from the Bills. That's fantastic. It is. It was
great.
It's a lot. It was been what now? It's 3 days, 72 hours. It's been a long
It feels
time.
like it's happened like 2 weeks ago. I feel like I've been waiting for him to wake up forever.
I know, and it's thank God he's woken up and we hope he's all right. But the scheduling of this all is still crazy. Like I know they're waiting for him to see how he is, and then they want to make a decision on it. But they're gonna have to make a decision soon, though.
Yes.
I mean, we have to talk. We want him to be okay, but we have to talk about what the scheduling is going to be. Like something's going to happen, and I really think they're going to play the game.
I think they're going to end up doing it as well.
It's just a matter of when. There are a couple of theories thrown out there. If I were in charge, I would have made it like they did in 2001. Now, there's no right or wrong answer to this. This might not be the most correct way to go about it. But in 2001, after 9/11, they pushed games back a week and ended the bye week. So I would just have the Bengals and Bills play on Sunday and have everything move back a week.
Yes.
That's what I would do.
Yeah, that's what I think.
I'm not Goodell.
They will do because I don't know. I'm still confused. Evo, do you know like the exact implications of what will if they tie, if they give them both wins, like what exactly?
I believe the I don't know what the tie scenarios are, but I'm pretty sure if the Bills won, they would be the 1 seed. Like there was like a 90% chance
They would have to
seed.
win. They would have to win both weeks.
Yeah, but
yeah.
I don't know what how the tie plays in at all.
And then if they do it no contest, I think they'd have to give it a win or a tie, no matter what, right?
I'm not sure. I honestly don't know.
It's so confusing.
Yeah.
That's where
it's
I'm
a very unique and rare situation that's literally never happened before. So,
and I do think that's what Big Cat threw out something that they were talking about, like maybe the first week they'll play like the one part of the playoffs and then have the Bills and Bengals play that week too. I think that just gets too crazy. I think they just have one single week Bills Bengals and then they move everything.
I don't know.
Away.
There's no right answer.
There's not, but it's confusing and it's a wild time. But
Schefter says he doesn't think they're going to play.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Which?
Yeah, just.
Okay. And I understand, but I also don't understand how they can't play.
Yeah, I know. Especially like if it's also like if the Bills are going to play this week, you know?
Apparently, fantasy has already called it quits. Balls needed 2 points from Burrow. Didn't get it. Sorry, Balls.
Let me tell you something.
I've seen some like interesting ways that people are like settling their fantasy leagues. Like some people are simulating a Madden game on All Madden. They're just watching the game and they're going to determine that as like their.
I don't
It's
hate
a
that.
one-on-one basketball game or a rock, paper, scissors.
I might have needed Jamar Chase and Josh Allen for 16 points. That's it. But hey, that does not matter right now. But it's great. It's just a crazy situation to talk about. We were talking about this yesterday. I wanted you guys both opinions. I am fully on the Packers are going to beat the 49ers in the first round of the playoffs. Aaron Rodgers going back to where he's from, San Francisco, and playing. And I know it's not Rodgers versus Purdy, but it fucking kind of is. Where this guy is going to play the biggest game of his life, where he's only has 3 games under his belt.
Look, you still have to beat the Lions if you're the Packers. On Monday, I said, when we basically both cashed it in and said, hey, Packers are winning this game. They're going to the playoffs some way, somehow. I saw something today that Matt Stafford might come back and play the final week and win. So if the Rams win and the Lions win, then the Lions are in the playoffs.
Would you want Matt Stafford at this point, though, if he's not completely healthy?
But it's like, and I don't know if this is a fake thing or not, but Matt Stafford is so loyal to Detroit that he wants Detroit in the playoffs.
No way. He's probably like, bro. He's probably fuck that. Like I don't.
I don't know. I mean, guy played with like a broken clavicle in the fourth quarter to lead the Lions to a win.
If he comes back just to try and get the Lions, who are the Rams playing?
That would be amazing. I would love. Imagine being a Detroit Lions fan, suffering through decades. They have one postseason win in like 50 years, and this guy who you shipped off for his own glory because he gave so much to you actually repays you by giving this amount of effort to get you in the playoffs.
Wait,
Like they would treat him like a god, and they should.
that would be fucking outrageous if that was an actual thing.
Zero chance he plays.
No, there's no chance. So
Conspiracy theory is fantastic, though. I'll give it like a 9.2
Oh, I
out of
love
10.
it.
it's a good thought. So this week it's
But what you were saying, if the Packers beat the 49ers in the first round of the playoffs, then I am Eagles ride or die. I'm fucking scared of Aaron Rodgers
oh yeah,
at that point. They beat the 49ers in San Francisco, they can beat anybody.
yes, and I
I just
do.
feel like he knows when to turn it on, too. I mean, obviously, that's not a hot take by any means, but
Turn it on my ass, he's manifesting.
yeah,
No,
that as
Like
well.
he's drinking that fucking Kawhi juice or whatever he drinks and fucking
Ayahuasca.
goes zen. Yeah.
Yeah, Kawhi.
Kawhi
Koala
Leonard
juice.
juice.
That sounds delicious, though. Is that
Koala
a new
juice.
sponsor?
Riddled with chlamydia.
and
Not Kawhi, koala. Look it up. Koala's a riddle with chlamydia. Don't
Koalas
touch
do
them.
have chlamydia.
Yeah.
It's a great call.
Disgusting animals.
no, it's just funny. This is just what Rodgers does. It's just like he like wants to see everyone go on fire and call him old and he should have never came back. Put in Jordan Love, and then once they start saying Love comes in, he switches and he's just like, okay, I'm gonna dummy everyone.
If he had a choice too, like say he had a choice how to win a Super Bowl, I think he would choose to win it this way instead of going like 15-1.
Yeah, like be the clear-cut good team, and
Oh,
like
yeah.
no, he'd much rather win the Super Bowl like this.
I feel like
Wouldn't
every year
y'all rather that, or would y'all rather like a straight path to the Super Bowl? Like
I'd
if you were a quarterback right now, do you want to go like 15-0, or are you wanting to be like the underdog that just grinds?
Underdog, just like the Giants. The Giants against the
the
Isn't Dabble playing like everyone too? He's not sitting anyone.
I think so. He's a
It's
sicko.
ridiculous.
He's fucking a sicko. But I'd rather a team
Still
like
shouldn't
that.
matter, but
I'd
No.
rather a team like that than like, because like when the Patriots were undefeated and the Giants came in the wild card and then beat them in the Super Bowl, like that is so much cooler to me than like being that undefeated team. I don't know.
plus
why.
there's no pressure. You're undefeated.
That's
Everything's
yeah.
Yeah, that is
Everything's
true.
on.
You're an underdog.
But
You
it's also
lose,
like
yeah,
the
you're supposed to
Chiefs.
lose.
Like the Chiefs are just always good right now. Like they're just unbelievable. You expect them to be the best team, and then.
Yeah, but the pressure's off them because they won one. If they didn't win one,
But I think they're.
What is that line at right now? Because I know it opened at like 9.5. Isn't it down to like 7.5?
I actually.
Or
don't
do
even know.
either one of y'all know that or know of that?
No, I don't know the spread right now.
Looking right now.
But I do know that the Chiefs
Chiefs -9.
9.
See, I thought I'm only with the Barstool Sports book, but I think I've seen numbers that other people are throwing out there, possibly at other places. But I don't know.
The Chiefs are, I think, in my opinion, just like it's Super Bowl or bust now. You know, it's like no one cares if they get to the championship, their conference championship game or whatever. It's just like,
Megan, can we get an update on Ben Mintz down in Louisiana?
oh yeah,
You know what's funny? He just called me before Pick Central, and I was right in the middle of like getting all of my my shit handled because I do have 2 kids and I have to get them to schools in the morning. And so I was like right in the middle of typing stuff up, and of course I get kicked out of everything because on my laptop Ben Mintz is calling. I didn't answer. I will call him back after the show.
He was probably calling to inform you that since he arrived in Louisiana last month, the Barstool Sports book has quadrupled.
No, it's
Growth.
probably like 10 times.
Well, we did
It's
get
probably like 10x.
a temporary mass license right after he got there.
There
so.
you go.
And we launched in Ohio. So
boots on the
It's
ground.
crazy how that happens,
Boots on the
And
ground.
Mintz just
Mincy.
brings all the momentum.
I love when he was leaving. He was like, "It's inevitable." Like, yeah, obviously, me and Megan are gonna do live shows. I was like, "Have you told Megan that yet?" Or no? And then he was just like, this don't matter.
How far away are you guys in proximity?
So Ben is in New Orleans. I'm in Lafayette, so that's like a 2-ish, a little bit more out, a little bit more than 2-hour drive, and that's depending on traffic in Baton Rouge, which generally is like 35 minutes to an hour every time, no matter what time of the day it is.
But Ben Mintz doesn't drive a car; he sprints.
Well, he drove
Hustles.
that truck across Louisiana.
Wait, does he drive? I never thought of him driving. You're right. I always thought he walks everywhere. I've never pictured him driving a car.
I don't know.
He drove. Did you not remember his
I don't
his
think.
little trip? What was it? What his Mincy tour?
Yeah, I don't
where
think he
has
should.
I
his
thought
truck?
he always picked up like a stoolie and a stoolie drove.
Yeah, I don't think Ben Mintz should be allowed to operate heavy
I
machinery.
don't even want to think. I'm just going to keep my brain to Mincy not driving. I just want
Well, he was asking me about maybe going to Baton Rouge, which is only like an hour 15 from me on Monday to watch the game. It's 11:11. But I was like, Mincy, I mean, the game's not going to get over till super late. It's a Monday. I would have to drive an hour and like 15 back. And there's a really dangerous bridge. And I'm like, unless I can get a room there, I don't know. He's like, I mean, I don't know. I think we can just figure it out. I'm like, no, I'm not just going to drive.
Wait a second.
I can
What
just
do you
figure
mean?
it out. That's
What do
not
you
how
mean
it
by
works.
dangerous bridge?
So it's called the Atchafalaya Basin, and it's
God, did you
like
sneeze?
takes like 30 minutes to cross, but it's 2 lanes going this way and 2 lanes coming this way. But literally, there's no place to pull over. If you get a ticket, like it's the scariest thing in the world because like your like cars are like going phew, phew, phew,
Gotcha.
like past you. You can only get like 45 miles an hour, but still there's a wreck. Like
So it's a
if
scary.
you look it up, it might be the most dangerous bridge in the world.
So it's like that Chesapeake.
Not world,
Bridge
but United
that you
States.
cross over when you go south.
What?
You know what I'm talking
Are you
about.
talking about the Chesapeake Bridge in Maryland?
Yeah.
That's the worst part of traffic I've ever been in my entire life is the Chesapeake Bridge.
The only
That's
thing
the
I
worst.
like
That's the worst
about-
place in the world. That and 95 South in Virginia.
The only thing I like going towards Maryland is just that, like, when you get to Delaware, you know it's going to be like 20 minutes because it's such a pussy state.
Yeah, it is kind of like
I'm not sure if
refreshing.
that would qualify it as a pussy state.
Delaware's a pussy state. I think it's just like it's just so it's
You go to a bar outside in Wilmington or outside the Dover Air Force Base and call it a pussy state.
I don't think I'm talking about
Wilmington is dangerous.
Delaware.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah.
I wanted to
I'm
read
not
you the
talking
guys.
about
Sorry,
dangerous.
this stat from the bridge. The Louisiana Department of Transportation and Development is still working on making the bridge safer. However, the past 2 years have seen an increase in injuries and deaths along the bridge. In 2020, 203 accidents left 55 people injured and 2 dead. In 2001, 269 accidents left 89 dead and then 2 dead the year prior. So like every year, it's killing.
You
people.
go to
Like, it's
Delaware.
crazy.
You go to Delaware for 2 reasons. Number 1, to go to Delaware University, or number 2, to cross the state line, pick up a bunch of liquor, and come back. No
Tax-free
sales tax.
Delaware, baby.
I'm not saying Delaware is like the people
University.
are soft. I'm saying just like the whole state.
You called the state a pussy.
Yeah, the actual state, not the people in the state. The actual state of Delaware.
It's the first state, mush.
Was it?
Yeah.
Yeah, because it was so small. They had to. They had to link up arms.
Yeah. It's
Okay,
it's
well,
such a small state.
Are we
It's
just
so
going to
quick.
ignore like it's still bigger than Connecticut and Rhode Island? I think. Well, definitely Rhode Island, but I think it's bigger than Connecticut too. So we should.
Northeast
It's
is
not
bigger.
as big of a pussy as those 2
I don't
states.
think you know Connecticut. I think Connecticut's bigger.
I would beg to differ.
I think
About
we both
New
have
Haven,
no
too.
idea.
New Haven's a tough town.
I'm talking about the state.
Like the pure
Not
optics of the
individual
state.
towns.
Pure optics of what the state
It's kind of
is.
slender.
Like and it's a fact, when people get to Delaware, you're like, okay, I'm going to get through this fast because it's a small state when you're driving through it.
This might be a stupid question because
pussy.
I've never like been on a train up there or like gone through multiple states. But like, how long does it? Like, Smitty, don't you live in a different state than New York?
Yeah, I live outside Philly. It takes me 2 hours.
Connecticut's
2.5
about
hours
2
to get
times larger than Delaware.
2.
2 times larger.
Yeah, thank you.
By square miles.
Thank you, Booze.
So I'd say
Yeah, it's still but it's still like it's like a square. It's boring. At least Delaware's got a little bit of a
I knew
Yes,
Booze
square.
had
triangular shape to
I
it.
knew Booze had no idea when he said that, and I didn't know either. But I just knew I could challenge him.
That's not good.
No.
Not ideal.
No,
things are a lot quicker, Megan, in the Northeast. You can get places.
Yeah, it takes me it takes like 6 hours, 7
like
hours.
I used to
across
where I used to
Louisiana.
live in Long Island. It was faster for me to get from where we work now to Philly on a train than where I lived in Long Island. Like that's crazy.
Trains are just nuts to me. The concept of a train. Like I only see trains down here like for cargo. So like seeing people on them, unless they're hobos, is
that.
pretty strange.
My 20-month-old is in a train so much right now. It's awesome.
You guys want to just talk like infrastructure the rest of the show?
Yeah.
That's what the boys.
I love my
Welcome
favorite
back to
thing.
modern marvels.
My favorite thing to do is go. Quiggs got me onto this. Is there's like these channels that'll just be like how to
Big
like
train guy.
the economy of planes or like how train economies work. And I
You
just
see
love
that,
those
You saw
videos.
that map of like the fastest. You ever see that map on Twitter? Where, like,
Yeah,
the
yeah,
trains go?
we. That's not the.
Wait a second. So back to actual business.
That's fool's gold. That's fool's gold. High speed rail's fool's gold.
Back to actual business. Pick Central. Why isn't Mintzy doing live reports from this dangerous bridge every day?
Well, it's because one, he doesn't drive it. Two,
He can hustle there.
he could, but my thing is, so I know that I think he might be doing a morning show here soon. I think that might be in the
Oh.
works.
So
Okay,
11
so-
o'clock there, 12 o'clock here.
Yeah.
So we talked to Mintz
No,
first.
supposedly it's like 8 a.m. here.
Yeah, we talked to Mintz yesterday on Cracking Aces when he was on the couch of a fully furnished
buddy's house? Because
apartment
he's
or
always at a
house
buddy's
that
house.
he's at. Where the buddy's not there, he just lives there. And Mintzy was explaining how he's going to start a morning show on the Barstool Sportsbook YouTube. Yeah, let's go make a morning show. Okay, Mintz. So what time? I was thinking 10 a.m. Okay, well, it's just every day. 1 or 2 days a week. Okay, it's going to be like an hour. Like, what's it going to be? Like, potential? I was thinking like 10 minutes of Mintzy rants and like 10 minutes of guests.
That's it. It's Fitzy for you.
Yeah, I love it.
That's him. That's how he is.
Well, I mean, I would say we can call him, but he would probably take up the rest of the 45 minutes we have on the show.
Before we keep going,
We're not going anywhere.
to
We
the,
all know that.
to the NFL, I want to talk a little NFL. What are you looking at me for?
I have an NFL thing that I need talked off.
Okay.
What do you need talked off?
Talk me off the Jaguars being this year's Bengals. They're gonna have a home playoff game. They're gonna be 9-8 home playoff game. Trevor Lawrence looks really, really good
They
lately.
get past Dobbs first.
Past Josh Dobbs.
Yeah, they do.
You saying that with a straight face?
Kind of. I kind of am. Because everyone's so gung ho on the Jaguars winning this game already.
That is true.
You
That
got-
could be.
you got
That's kind of
King Henry
a
on
square
2 weeks
angle on that
of
game, but
Yeah, everyone.
So the Bengals took down the Chiefs, obviously, in the championship game last year. Who did they take down before that? They took down the Titans? Or they took down the Titans first round?
I believe so.
I don't remember.
So, I mean, the Jaguars are going to have to take down, in succession, the Chiefs and Bills, one way or the other, back-to-back, correct?
Theoretically, yes. If chalk holds.
How does that feel? Just knowing if that's
Yeah, but,
that's
like,
your
no one-
talking off
I think we
point.
talked you off.
I don't hate it.
I don't know. I don't think
see-
you can talk me off of it. I think I'm
I
just
see
gonna bet
somewhat-
it. It's 24-1. I'm just gonna bet it.
I would
Close your
say
eyes.
To the Super Bowl?
Yeah.
I would say defense, if they play up to capabilities. I mean, Bengals defense is kind of what carried them.
Doesn't Doug's have a humongous future on Jacksonville to win the Super Bowl?
I'm sure he does. 'Cause
Sure.
I think he is.
I think it's like really, really big.
But the Bengals defense is what really turned it on last year. The Jacksonville defense can do something similar. Maybe they don't have as many weapons receiver wise.
Just gonna completely say no. It's not gonna happen.
I don't hate it though. Out of all like the underdogs,
No,
Great value.
No, that's the hardest. Like if you're gonna take an underdog, you take it on the other side.
but
There's
would
no-
you have guessed that the Joe Burrow would lead them to a Super Bowl last year?
No.
Yes.
I don't think. But I think that when you look at their team, like their
Raiders,
receivers-
Titans, Chiefs, and that Raiders game was a fucking knockout of a game last year from the Bengals.
Yeah, I just think that the Jaguars are not even close to the Bengals. Like I think that the Bengals have their wide receivers just by themselves. So is Zay Jones going to take them to the Super Bowl?
I'm not
I mean,
saying Zay Jones and
Evan
Christian
Ingram,
Kirk are anywhere
maybe.
close to like Jamar Chase, T. Higgins, Tyler Boyd, but they're like solid. Like they have legitimate like receiving options. Like
But like the Bengals have one of the best receiving cores. That's one of the best.
right, yeah. I mean they got hot and they beat a really
And
good
it
Chiefs team.
wasn't the offense last year. It was the defense. I think.
Exactly. That's
If your
also-
defense like turns on, I mean the Jaguars are young and they fly around the field. So I don't know. Maybe you just get hot in the playoff.
All right.
You probably didn't think the Giants were gonna make the Super Bowl in 2011 or was it
Giants,
2007?
I'm just the Giants are in the playoffs right now, and I am take
Let
them.
Marty enjoys life.
I'm just enjoying life with the Giants in the playoffs.
I could see you guys squeaking into the
when
NFC
it
Championship game.
when it comes to the Jaguars, there was nothing I was as sure of in the history of life than Doug Peterson never winning a Super Bowl. The fact that that came true, I sometimes question my own existence. That's how sure I was when he was hired that the Eagles under him would never, ever, ever win. Dougie
I
can
still
do it
call him
again.
Pedersen just because I don't like the D in his name.
He's a Louisiana guy. Pronounce his name right. Show some respect.
So I'm
No.
I'm on PFF right now. They have the Jaguars as a top 10 pass rush in the NFL. Who knows? If your pass rush gets hot, we've seen it. You can just win games.
Top 10, are they 10?
They're 8.
All right.
If the defense turns it on and Lawrence plays lights out, it's a possibility.
They have the third lowest tackling grade though, so they might just get run through. So
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm gonna hop on the Jaguars. I love Duval. I'm gonna hop on my
Probably
boys.
let's let them get in the playoffs first before you get all in.
All right. Okay.
I think that's fair.
Okay. Yeah.
I think you should bet it when they get in.
Yeah. I think I'm just gonna bet it now.
But then the value
Derrick
wouldn't be there.
Derrick Henry can literally just probably run all over them.
And he's had 2 weeks off to be healthy.
I don't know.
And also the Giants playing the Vikings. If that happens, watch out for them. Watch out for the Giants.
Watch out for the Giants.
Yeah, watch out for the Giants.
That sounds silly.
What's can we put the call number up on the screen if you guys wanted to call in today? Call in at 888-786-6522. I will never memorize that number. I'm just going to let you know that. 888-786-6522. Before we get to the NFL, does anyone on this show know what pastina is?
Sounds like a pasta dish.
You guys don't all right, he knows. All right. You don't know what pastina is?
Doesn't he play for the Bruins?
God damn it. Can you pull up pastina and put it on the fucking screen? Because pastina is like what you eat when you're sick. It's a type of pasta.
I said pasta. Sounds like a pasta dish. So I was
correct.
right.
But it's going out of business. How does a type of pasta go out of business? It's not the company.
Wait a second.
Just the pasta.
I mean, they could have an ingredient that they can't, like...
No, it's just they're
obtain any
taking it off.
longer.
What? What? What?
Well, I've never seen those noodles in my life. Are those like the little ones that they put in like...
They're like little stars.
First of all, it's a
They're
trash.
stars?
Couscous.
That's a trash pasta brand. If you want to go somewhere real homemade pasta, you go to Vera Pasta in Westchester. No free ads.
What if I'm in the South? Can I order from them?
Absolutely.
Oh, cool.
Ship it to you.
Fantastic.
What?
Nobody cares about that type of pasta.
That's crazy.
Nobody eats that type of pasta.
Yes, they do.
Nobody cares.
Yes, they do.
Nobody
Whenever
sells
I
that,
was
nobody
sick, I
sells
never
that type
had
of
that.
pasta at pasta stands.
Yes, they do.
No, they don't.
It's in every store.
Show me a pappardelle. Show me a tagliatelle. Even give me a fucking macaroni. Get that
I feel like the
pasta
only
in.
time I've seen that is like the chicken and stars. You know, like the chicken noodle soup, chicken and stars.
I have a surprise for everybody. Hello, Ben from Louisiana.
Yeah. Hello, Martin Archibald Mush. How are you?
What's going on, Mincy?
Doing good, man. Just getting kind of settled this week in New Orleans. Just getting plans for the year.
I love. Wait, before you go,
Mincy.
Mincy, the best thing about him is like when you ask him how he's doing, he tells you everything. I'll be like, "What's up, Mincy?" And he'll go on But tell me, what's going on with you? What are you doing?
I had like a crazy last week of the year where I was in New Orleans for one night, threw my stuff down, went to Houston to the Ole Miss Texas Bowl, and what a just disaster that was. Just Ole Miss just got the ever living crap kicked out of them by Texas Tech, and
Great thing you're an LSU fan, though, right? We won big.
Man. God, just spare me.
I will.
And then I went to Nashville for New Year's, which was awesome. Nashville's an unbelievable city, and now I'm back in New Orleans, just getting settled this week, and got making some plans for this year. Got some stuff in the works, and Marty, you kind of said this before I left. When you're out of the office, it's all on you, and so I'm really trying to get a lot of stuff planned to make sure I'm doing enough.
That's good, Mincy. I'm glad it's me. What are you laughing at?
I asked you yesterday, Ben Mintz, how long it's going to take you to get settled in Louisiana. You've been there for a month, and my over/under was 2032.
Well, I hadn't been in New Orleans a month. I mean, I was up seeing family in North Louisiana in the Delta. I don't know, but I'm getting there. Just got done joining the local gym, so that's a positive.
Did you
step,
drive yourself there?
Yeah,
you
I
drive
don't have
yourself?
a car. I have not bought a car yet. I'm in the process of that, so I'm still doing the maneuvering game.
You have a
But
license?
Marty didn't think you could drive.
Yeah, I didn't think you could drive.
I'm not a good driver. Marty's not a bad read there. I mean, I'm definitely a space cadet on the road, but I do have a license and I can legally drive. But I fit right in Louisiana because Louisiana, everybody sucks to drive.
Mincy, what kind of car are you looking at? What are we talking here?
I'm going to buy a 2011 Toyota Camry.
Oh my God, I knew
Got
it was
like
gonna be Toyota
120,000 miles on it because all I want to do is burn up, for a lot of 4 and 5 hour drives around the South with good gas mileage. And to be honest, a lot of people are getting carjacked in New Orleans, so I don't want to get a super expensive one.
Hey, Mincy, remember when you went down for the Mincy tour and you called and asked if it would be good content for you to get carjacked?
Did I really do that?
Yeah.
I believe it. I'm not going to deny that. That sounds like something stupid I would do.
It was in
I
like
would
the
hope-
very beginning when like literally everyone was getting carjacked. When like there was like videos of like people like going to get gas and their car was getting stolen. You're like, I mean, it's pretty dangerous. Yeah.
I actually saw that
Yeah, what's up?
on the news yesterday. Someone got carjacked while they were getting their gas, and they threw the dog out the window. It's terrible.
Oh man,
It
what
was
the
horrible.
dog did?
That's a death sentence.
It was horrible. Yeah, that dog's okay, but it was very, very bad. But Mincy, you want to tell everybody what's going on, or you good?
I'm well. I've got an exciting Megan. I've got a phone call with Megan coming up later for an exciting announcement with the Pelicans. We've
Yeah,
got.
she unfortunately missed it this morning.
Yeah,
I texted him. I told him I'd call him.
Yeah, but you're going to be happy about this one because the Pelicans are taking over New Orleans, and it's unfortunate Zion just got hurt, but we got some Barstool stuff in the works for the Pelicans. I'm really excited about. I'm glad to see them embracing us, which is a big positive. And getting excited for Mardi Gras. Going to be doing another Hawks for the Cause team. Megan's going to be part of that. Hopefully raise a bunch of money for families fighting child cancer in a couple months. Marty, I'm trying to follow your lead on something, and I'm doing okay, but trying to learn how to get the 2 to 3 blogs in a day.
Oh.
I saw your path on that you took a few months ago, and you've done a really good job on that. I'm working on it. It's a work in progress, but I'm definitely being paranoid to try to do more on the blogging front. And I got something else I'm working on that hopefully will be ready next week. It's going to be a big announcement.
Mincy's full of announcements. I love it.
Well, I'm trying, man. I'm just like I said, I'm paranoid, man. When you work for Barstool, when you're not in the office and you're not around the day-to-day, Megan does a good job with it. But, I got to make sure I'm on top of stuff. And I realize Dave Portnoy and everyone's watching me, so can't go, got to stay relevant.
Well, keep doing more for the South than Brandon Walker has ever done. That's all we can ask.
Speaking of which, where is Brandon?
I've gotten a couple King of the South today already, just walking around New Orleans. So the people know down here.
If you can translate that into growing the sports book, God bless.
All right, Mincy.
Yeah.
Well, good luck down there. All right, I can't wait.
Yeah,
to
thank
see
you, Marty. I know you're excited. John's back in the playoffs, man.
Yeah, they are.
It'd be pretty awesome.
They are. I'm excited.
It'd be pretty awesome for y'all. The Saints beat the Eagles, but still going home.
What you got with the Pelicans coming? I hope you're doing a halftime show with the Red Panda. But I will see you soon. All right.
All right, sounds good. Thanks for having me on. Love to come on anytime.
All right.
Happy New Year.
See ya. I would love
What a
to.
halftime show.
That
would be
That would be
fantastic.
electric.
That car, there's no way he's going to be doing like state inspections or like oil changes,
He
right?
doesn't know you need to get a state.
Megan's
inspection.
got to like step in maybe.
You think he?
I can
knows-
I
imagine
already have 2 kids. I'm not gonna
whatever
be
car
responsible
he's
had a
getting,
third.
Toyota Camry or not, it's going to act like the Flintstones mobile.
I'd love
Need to
to.
film some.
I think he should film his like buying a car. Like
Yeah, that'd be great.
I'd love to know if he's trying to haggle someone for like.
He needs to have a camera in there at all times, just like recording him driving.
Yeah, but then again, if it's like his people, I could see the salesman being like him, which I guess would be more entertaining.
Yeah, it'd be really entertaining.
Having a Mintz off.
Again, 888-786-6522, 888-786-6522. We have Aaron from New Jersey. What's going on, man?
Hey, what's up, guys? Sup, fellas? Coach Doug's got back to me on Twitter. He has them at plus 12,500 Jags to win the Super Bowl. So that would be insane. It just leads me more to believe they are going to just flop against the Titans. I mean, I thought Josh Dobbs showed a little bit of life, gave that offense a little more than Malik Willis. But, The other thing, the Giants, everyone loves them. Everyone thinks, oh, if we just get to Minnesota, we just can play Minnesota again. We're gonna beat them. That makes me think that it's gonna be Heartbreak City, but it's still better than San Francisco. But yeah, I mean, you can't get your hopes up that much for the Giants, but you have to play your starters against Philly. Coach Coughlin made that a legacy back in 2007. Gave them the karma or whatever you want to call it to win that Super Bowl. So they have to play their starters, and they have to score over the Eagles. I mean, I just want to knock the Eagles off the 1 seed so bad. So I'm hoping that Coach Dable does that. And then the third thing.
You remember when the starters played the Eagles 3 weeks ago?
No.
Oh, yeah, we got smoked. We got absolutely smoked, but they have to play them. But they have to try.
lose.
I mean, we're going to play Tyrod Taylor. I'm not giving our odds at beating Philadelphia a very high in a must-win game for the Eagles, and the Eagles beat it way more than we do
against Minshew.
But they gotta give it a shot. They gotta give it a shot. And Daniel Jones is still Daniel Jones. We still need to, in a playoff atmosphere. He needs this experience. He's not this perfect quarterback. So the more experience he gets, the better, in my opinion. And then just for the scheduling. Adam Schefter threw out this morning on First Take. He said they might put the AFC. He doesn't think they're going to play the game, which they're not going to unless they push everything back. So if they don't do that, they're not going to play the game. Schefter says they might put the AFC Championship at a neutral site to take away some of the sting, I guess, that Buffalo would get if they missed out on this home field advantage, which if they don't play the game or if they call it a tie, they probably will miss out on that.
That's
so they were considering playing it at a neutral site.
There's no right answer. That's the wrong answer.
Yeah. I agree. That's just not fair.
No.
Like you're the one.
Not fair to anybody.
You deserve. Yeah. Like
not fair to the home team crowd.
Yeah. Like that's a huge part. Well, thank you, Aaron. I appreciate the call. No, that's fucking a bad idea.
Which means they'll probably do it.
Yep. That probably. Well, that's this is the answer that no one will get mad at. Bills fans definitely wouldn't get mad at that.
I feel like the NFL doesn't do anything like I feel like they're going to make people mad. Goodell's going to make people mad no matter what. Yeah. So it's just going to be just which way he does it.
So the Bills like definitely playing this week? Like I heard that they were even thinking about delaying this game to know.
I heard that there was
the Bills would be playing the Pats this week.
There was nothing set.
All right. All right, let's talk a little college basketball real quick because I have Megan here.
Also, Marty, before you even start that, I wanted to throw up after Fordham came back from down 22, and then I saw that on the score app it said end, and I thought that I covered or pushed, and then the final with the 2 free throws at the end with the 1 second, I was like,
so
just kill me.
Obviously, I had Rhode Island -2.5, so I saw the end. I wasn't watching it because I couldn't find it.
No, I couldn't find it
I was
either.
on the score app too, and it said they won by 2. I was like, "You motherfucker!" And then I looked again. I think I saw your tweet, and I was like,
"It made me so mad."
Yeah, it was unbelievable. But last night, Duke, they got blown the fuck out. It was horrible. The coach that we need coaching right now. They need to figure out their lineup. It was awful.
You want to bring him back?
I would love to bring him back. You don't realize what you got till he's gone. And it was this. We don't have a star player. Our number one recruit in the country, plays 12 minutes and shoots 1 time. That's not good. But besides that, last night Michigan's back. Hunter Dickinson fucking kills Penn State. College basketball this year to me is very odd. What?
I was going to say it's not the only thing he kills, but
nope, don't say it. College basketball this year is very interesting. I don't think there's a lot of Big Ev has joined the show. He was on college football show.
But you just missed Giants blow talk.
Yeah, we did. Well,
we were all civilized about the New York Football Giants.
I'm real confident.
No, yeah. Come in for seconds? Little sloppies?
You want to blow them?
Yeah, I'll blow them, yeah.
You can blow them if you want.
They got another nut in there. I'll suck it out. Yeah, no doubt.
Suck it.
Yummy.
Well, the Giants are going to beat the Vikings in the first round.
There you go.
It's already done. We're in the second round.
Packers are going to beat the 49ers.
Maybe. Eagles are banged up. Yeah.
All
Eagles
right,
are
good.
banged up. We go to Philly, probably win a close one. Yeah, and then all of a sudden it's between us and maybe San Fran for a Super Bowl appearance.
Yeah. Or the Packers.
Coin flip game, yeah.
But we're talking about college basketball real quick. I want to talk about this one team that I fucking love, and Coach Cal's a moron for letting them go. Providence is unbelievable.
Yeah, they're good. Bryce Hopkins is a stud.
Bryce Hopkins was on Kentucky.
They're better than they were last year.
And that
I
is
think.
why, yeah, they definitely are. That is why I love the portal, because Bryce Hopkins is on Kentucky this year. He's not getting the minutes he's getting on Providence and showing how fucking good he is. And he goes to Providence, is becoming this star player there and undefeated in the Big East. They beat UConn handedly last night. And this is a Ed Cooley team where they're physical, they're faster than usual, and I think Providence is going to win the Big East. I have changed everything. I think Providence wins the Big East. I love them so much.
They definitely could. I mean,
UConn is
Creighton's
still-
not nearly as good as we thought they were.
No, and UConn's still very good. Like that.
They are. I mean, I would say they're the two best probably.
Yeah, because it's weird.
Marquette's pretty good.
It's weird not saying Villanova. It's
Yeah, Villanova's
very weird.
down.
But,
Villanova's yeah.
no, they're not. It's just weird that they are. And then there was another game, TCU, unbelievable game against Baylor. The block. I had TCU last night. I think you did too.
Yeah, I did.
Yeah, it was an awesome game to watch. Like did it feel good getting back into college basketball for you?
I gambled. I went 7-3, but the games were incredible.
Yeah.
I mean, they were that game too. And the Baylor was lights out in the first half from three. They were like 8 for 10 from three. They're up. It was crazy because I was flipping. I was watching a couple different games at once, but there was so many on. I was like flipping both TVs back and forth, and I turned off at one point. Baylor went on a crazy run like towards the end of the first half, where they were up like 18 or 17, I think. And I turned it off and watched a different game for the rest of the half. I think I was watching Florida A&M. And then they were only down 10.5, so I was like, you know what? Like, Baylor shot the lights out. They're only up 10. Like, TCU kind of had that reputation last year.
Yep.
They would get down. They would make these, like, big comebacks in the second half. They're just, like, a gritty, scrappy team. I like Jamie Dixon a lot. The Big 12 is so good.
Big 12.
Literally even like the Oklahoma-Iowa State game was great. Like
That was a fantastic game, I thought. I mean, Iowa State came out super fast.
I like Iowa State a lot as a team as well. They're a gritty team. Big 12 is just they're by far the best conference.
I know that both of y'all took I know Ev, I think you were on Arkansas yesterday. What did y'all think was the most trap line yesterday? Like out of all of these games, because obviously like I lost on Illinois. I should have known better.
I think it's Illinois.
You think Illinois was? Like I got it at 2.5, so I thought I was
Illinois.
smart.
I had Illinois too, and that team's in fucking shambles.
They're not good.
Not like so. Terrence Shannon Jr. didn't play well yesterday. Matthew Meyer played well, but like Sky Clark is supposed to be a guy to come in and kind of be their guy, and he came off the bench last night and was like 1 for 6 from the field. It was awful. Illinois just doesn't. Some teams like Providence, the transfer portal they're good. Like their team's together right now. Illinois, this transfer portal is not being nice to them. Like they have the players, they have the talent, they're just not putting it together right
I would
now.
say sometimes it takes time to just like get that to gel as a team.
Yeah, like I think
I remember like
Illinois,
Texas last year I thought struggled with that a lot. They never really were able to like fully
they never
get
got
the
it.
transfers together. It's tough.
Illinois might not get it, but they definitely can. And that was a bad game. And Arkansas still doesn't have Nick Smith again. He didn't play again. He's one of their best scorers, and they beat Mizzou. Mizzou's I have nothing to say about Mizzou. I think they're a pretty good team.
Yeah, they're decent. I love that kid Anthony Black.
Yeah, Anthony Black.
He does everything. He's all over the place for Arkansas. I love watching him play. I watched him play a couple times now. He's great.
Were either y'all on Butler yesterday?
Wasn't on the game at all.
That one was like I was another score app where I'm just like refreshing because I had 7.5 and landed 8. So that was just another like my stomach was killing me at the end of the night.
Wake almost ended up being a disaster.
Yeah,
When they were like neck and neck all game, they was 10. They lost by 9. And they had to score at the end basically to make it happen.
Quick today, it's not a crazy card. It's a lot of games, good games, but nothing.
Big 10 and
like
Pac-12
yesterday.
night.
Maryland Rutgers, I'm all over Maryland.
I like Rutgers.
I like Rutgers.
I just like Rutgers at the rack. I struggle
I do
to fade
too.
them there.
I do too, but Maryland has been god awful as of late. And Rutgers is I love when people are bad and then
Well,
Yeah.
Maryland's gotten they've gotten dick smacked twice in the last 2 weeks. You have Rutgers coming off a 1-point win in West Lafayette, coming home, and all the students are back in school.
it's just a little bit of
team, let's go, baby.
Yep.
it's a little bit of a weird game for Rutgers though because they're coming off such
Oh,
a
it screams
high.
letdown, but I'm still
Such
all
a
over
high.
it.
Yeah, no, and the rack really is a fucking problem. But I'm on Maryland plus 5.5 today, and then there's a game that I am not getting fooled by:
Which one?
Purdue, Ohio State.
Oh, you're fooled.
No,
I
I'm
want
not
your
getting
opinion on that one.
Jesus.
Purdue off the loss.
No, Ohio
Come on,
State's
Ev,
Ohio
talk
State's
me into
gonna,
Ohio State.
Ohio State's going to win.
Talk
They're
me
going to
into
win the
it.
game. They actually played very well against Purdue the last few years. When the Purdue teams have, in my opinion, have been better with the Jaden Ivies of the world and those guys. Obviously, Edie's still great, but they just don't. I feel like they always somehow they just don't match up with us well. I mean, we've shot the three. We don't even shoot that many threes, but we shoot them incredibly well, and we played well at home. I mean, I think we talked about yesterday. It's just these conference games are very, very tough to win on the road.
It is.
And the Big Ten's got two kind of trap spots tonight. It's got this game, and then Iowa's like a 1.5 point favorite over Indiana at home. I think Ohio State and Iowa both win.
See, I saw a tweet. I think Big Cat's on it, and then I saw someone else being like, "I'm buying out of this because everyone has the same idea."
But it's just if you I think we just as gamblers we have so much more information now that's kind of like it's just easy when you see the number one team in the country is an underdog on the road or like a 1 point dog.
I just smell.
And then the same thing with Iowa where Indiana's like number 15 going on the road to an unranked team. They're 1.5 point dogs.
Also, Iowa. Shout out Patrick McCaffrey. I love him, but he took an absence because he has anxiety, and shouted him for even saying he could have made an excuse of something, but he just said straight up, "I got anxiety. I am not playing," and he's a key part to that team. So even like that's unfortunate. I hope he's okay. Like again, he's a friend. I've talked to him, but like that's crazy that they're still one.
That's what I'm saying.
When he's not even in the lineup.
I'm telling you, these conference road games are just really, really tough.
I'm switching to Iowa. I'm back on Iowa.
Also, I'm gonna have a boost out later on our sportsbook. That's Ohio State Iowa money line parlay.
I'm back on Iowa.
So that's gonna be boosted as well.
I'm not a believer in Indiana as well. I think
I'm not either.
these
TJD is very good, but
these old fucks, these old fucking reporters and shit love when teams just bring people back. Indiana brought a lot of people back.
JD.
They lost last year in the first round, right?
Yeah, they did. Who they lost to? Who'd they lose to? They lost to
Rutgers.
Wyoming.
It could have been somebody weird.
I forget who it was, but Indiana lost. I think it was a play-in game.
Oh,
I think it was too, Marty. I think you're right.
Am I right that it was Wyoming? Maybe.
I think both of you might be right. I'm trying to
Anyone in the
look at
booth
my
looking it
bracket
up or
in
no?
my head.
I feel like sometimes the booth ain't listening to us.
I'm working on a secret project over here.
Secret project.
I'm working on a secret project.
He's
Well,
just
did
working
Indiana
on finding
lose?
some more money to put on the
Regardless,
Jags.
I think that Indiana just has Trace Jackson Davis, and their Race Thompson is not going to be your answer, everyone. Miller Kopp needs to play better, but yeah, I think it's an interesting card tonight. Let's get some of these callers in. Vito from Arizona, what's going on?
What's up, guys? How's it going?
How you doing?
Good. Marty, you are right. Pastina is the only soup for when you're sick. That's what I grew up with.
Thank you, Vito.
And also, I'm really liking the Browns plus 2.5 this weekend against Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh really hasn't showed enough to be a favorite, in my opinion.
I agree. I'm on
Keep
the
winning,
Browns.
though. They
do.
just keep winning.
They do, but I am on the Browns as well. I think the Browns beat them. I like that, Vito. I like that.
think it won't know. When Myles Garrett hits him, he won't know what hit him, honestly.
I love that, Vito. That's a good call. You know Pastina?
What is it?
God damn it.
See?
Fuck.
What?
You know what pastina is?
No, I don't think so.
Type of pasta that you have when you're sick? Fuck. All right.
Also, they beat Wyoming in the play-in game. They lost to St. Mary's.
Okay. So I beat the playing.
Or Wyoming almost beat. It was a close game.
still a great call, Ev.
Yes.
Doesn't
I knew they played him. I remember seeing him on the court.
And I remember that it was a playing game, so it's all
It was
right.
a playing
we
game.
both
12.
did well.
High five, boys.
Is that the only veto in Arizona State history?
Yeah. There's no vetoes in Arizona.
He probably is the only one that knows what pastina is, too.
Also,
He's on the fucking witness protection program out in Phoenix.
Vito sounded so nice. Like, I love that guy. Zach from Maryland, what's going on?
Going on to continue this college ball discussion, what do we think the top 3 conferences right now are in college basketball? I got the SEC, Big 10, and Big 12. What do we think?
In order, it's Big 12, SEC, Big 10. And I think the ACC and the Big East are very similar. You guys agree?
I would agree with the order as well. I would agree.
Big 12, literally net rankings.
I think Big 12 in the gap is significant.
I would love to put SEC at
every
one,
single team is good. Like, they literally don't have like one team that's bad.
Yeah, SEC
it's incredible.
Is still very good, but the net rankings they're all under 50, 1 through 10. That's outrageous.
Yeah. Shots fired, Patriot League.
Good conference.
Yeah, it's a nice.
You occasionally get a Lehigh or a Bucknell. It does something.
Nice little conference there.
I had a friend that played a ball at Lafayette.
There you go.
Nice
conference.
Is American in that conference? Or no?
I don't know. It sounds right, though.
It sounds right, because Patriot League, American, it does sound right.
They are.
They are.
Okay, that's what I thought. I kind of like them today -6, but I couldn't find enough on it.
Fitz from Cincinnati. What's going on, Fitz?
Nothing much. I'm glad that Big Ed walked in as I asked my question. So I think it's a kind of not a heavy assumption, but I wouldn't be surprised if Ohio State comes and wins this game. But it's still winter break for Ohio State. There's not a lot of kids on campus. I think there will be a lot of parents and older people there. But, I really think it's a big Purdue day. I think they're number 1 for a reason. I think they're going to come and win this game. And, like I said, I wouldn't be surprised. I mean, I'm leaning towards and gambling on Purdue, but I wouldn't be surprised if Ohio State wins. But I just wanted to get your opinion on that, Big Ev.
Wait, real fast before you answer that. So I was talking to the SID from Providence, right? We were gonna go to the game yesterday against UConn, and he was like, "I'm just letting you know, like the students aren't in, like they're still on Christmas break, winter break, whatever." That place looked like it was fucking rocking.
Yeah.
I feel like when those kids, kids come back just for these games. Like they don't give a fuck. They when you're on winter break, you'd rather be back in college.
Well, I think what it is they've already been on break for so long that usually that last week you kind of come back because it's Thursday. Like you start school Monday.
You just come back to
Yeah, you
party.
start to, like,
You
get
get back and you're like, I could either stay. I've been at my parents' house for a month, sitting at home with my dick in my hand, with my mom home all day, or blah blah blah.
Some of us got jobs.
Yeah. Well, I mean, but you got a job for 3 weeks.
Yeah, I didn't.
What did you do, Smitty?
Yeah, no,
For 3 weeks.
I definitely see where you're coming from. And Ohio State's a bigger college than Providence. I think they have a lot of kids that come in, and that's besides the point. Like I said, I can definitely see Ohio State winning this game. I think it's a big day for Purdue, and I don't know. I feel like they're number 1 for a reason. They played one more game than Ohio State. They're 2-1 in the conference.
I think that it's gonna be obviously it's Ohio State's a fucking favorite right now. So like Vegas thinks they're gonna win. It's just this is also how it's very interesting in college basketball how a team comes off a loss because like that's what I was talking about Hunter with Michigan. Like they lost to Central Michigan. Your season goes way downhill after that, or you can use that as rock bottom and you go up and they beat Maryland and Penn State. Like this is where you kind of see how Purdue, especially on the road, responds to a loss.
See, the thing like since our freshmen have been playing so much better, that's huge for us. The only thing I guess I would counter as well with even if there isn't like a crazy fan base of the game, Ohio State's basketball fan section isn't always like the best.
No, yeah, it's
like
not
when like even when it's at its best, like it's good, but there's many better in the country in terms of like basketball atmosphere.
Yeah, exactly.
It's just such a football school that you're never gonna, and just the way our like fan section is set up, it's a little weird. It's like on the side. I like it more under the baskets.
I think every student section should be under the basket. 2, I think it sucks when a team has too big of a stadium for college basketball because they can.
Ours is big. The shot's big.
So like Duke the Rack, fucking even Providence. Like, there's a lot of these. They're not too big, and it's so fucking loud. I think that's such an advantage for a home team.
You guys didn't work over college break?
College break?
So I did.
Maybe one time
my dad just owned a small business, so I would go work for that. But
just hop on.
I would just do what I could, like just sweep up the shop, that kind of shit.
I went to Home Depot and was the florist.
There you go.
Yeah.
I was a janitor.
I wasn't in college long enough.
Yeah, and then I came back, worked for a temp agency where it was like $15 an hour. They had me hanging fucking flat screen TVs all over the Delaware Valley. I hated it. So next year I said, hey, I tore my ACL this year. Can't be standing. They had me stuffing envelopes for 8 hours. Great. Just popped in the iPad and start stuffing.
Let me tell you, selling flowers at Home Depot was something.
You got some good flowers and Christmas trees at Home Depot.
I know everything about flowers now. Hydrangeas are my favorite.
Spell chrysanthemum.
Marty, what's weird is one of my first jobs was at a florist, so I also know like a ton about flowers and like pricing, which is weird.
I wish I didn't know it because I could usually fill my brain a little bit.
No, that's a cool thing to know about. You know, like those weird things, like those are what make like
Marty,
cool.
you should come into Pick Central every day with just a flower fact every single day.
I definitely can. Listen, I'm probably the only florist counterterrorism guy to ever work.
Here you go. So I would get my wife flowers every Friday, and over like the past month, they would just start dying, like just dying. No, like next day, wake up, flowers dead. We thought like they were cursed. No, my wife was cutting the stems too short, and there wasn't getting any water.
You know what? They wasn't getting any water.
Any water.
She was a flower terrorist.
Yeah, she was.
You guys are like, oh my god, we have to get divorced. These flowers are like flowers.
Well, we thought our house was cursed.
Yeah.
We were about to bring in a priest or something.
Yeah, well, that's very nice. You get your wife flowers every Friday.
Not every Friday, but sprinkle, man.
Yeah, no,
it's so sweet.
Yeah,
it's very nice. Picks. Let's start with Big Ev today. Big Ev, what are your picks to start the day?
Yeah, we talked about most of them. I'm on Rutgers -4.5. I'm taking Ohio State money line and Iowa money line, a little Big Ten special. Going to have a parlay of that as well on the sportsbook. Getting price going to be out a little bit. And Arizona State -4.5 today, even though backing Bobby Hurley sometimes scares me. But I'm going to do it here right now.
They're better this year. I got Maryland +5, Purdue +1.5, Loyola Maryland +1.5, UVM -4, Merrimack.
Ooh.
Everyone's dying for Merrimack's game tonight. -2, ASU -4.5, and I am changing Indiana to Iowa. If you guys can mark that down, because that's why I like talking it out sometimes. It makes no sense.
You don't trust JMU anymore?
Nope.
Okay.
Or are they -12 tonight?
12.5.
Yeah, it's too much, and they've let me down twice, and I don't. Go back.
We have like 2 quad 4 losses, but we're somehow still ranked in like the top 50 and like everything.
I know, it makes no sense. Smitty.
We got a little data action. If this starts taking off, he might rival Stephen Shea. Markel Fultz under 5.5 assists. Derek White under 5.5 rebounds. Day action. St. Francis Devils Flyers over 6, and the Mavericks at home against the Celtics.
The Flyers are actually playing the Coyotes as well, not the Devils.
Yeah, Devils, Arizona, and the Flyers.
All right, Megan.
I'm on Rutgers -5, Drexel +6.5, Florida Gulf Coast -4.5, Rice -2.5, Southern Miss +2.5, which goes against my hometown team here in UL, and USC +12.
All right, let's get to. We have 2 callers. See if we can get them in real fast. Brandon, what's going on?
Hey guys, happy New Year. On the Purdue Ohio State, I'm a big Purdue fan. This one's been circled on the calendar as a look as a first loss. Purdue always seems like to struggle at Ohio State. Ohio State, the last time they played there, they had a last-second win with that tip-in from Travion Williams. So I'm very nervous. I'm actually probably going to take Ohio State -1.5 here. And then one you can kind of look at if you don't want to take the full game. Ohio State's won the first half of their last 9 games at home. They've won the first half. So if you want to sprinkle that, it's -1.
That's a good stat, Brandon. Great stat.
Thank you, Brandon. No, yeah, this is not like if Ohio State wins, I'm not going to be fucking.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
It's Purdue also just losing. It's just I hate playing teams.
Yeah, he's a Purdue fan. So he gets it. We've just had these weird games. Like when they've been better than us the last few years, we always play them tough. Like they had that tip-in one a few years back. We won in the tip-in with Kata Bates Diop, like in Lafayette. I think we just always play these games with Purdue.
Do you guys as your teams like when you're going to play a team, do you hate when they just lost the game before?
Yeah, I mean, I would prefer if they came in this game not off a 1-point loss to Rutgers, but I still think we can win. I don't think it's not going to deter me. It's not really deterring my confidence, I'd say.
All right, one more call. Alex, what's going on?
What up, guys? Got a couple picks for you. One that you really need to get on is Steven Adams over 12.5 rebounds tonight. I think over the last 3 games, the dude's averaging something like 18 rebounds a game. He had 24, 20, and 17 or something like that.
He's a monster.
Going crazy.
He's an ugly monster.
The one you should look at is Memphis Tigers to win the American at 8-1. They're going to beat Houston twice this year, so just check that out.
I don't hate
I'll hang
that.
up and listen.
I don't hate that because Houston's probably such a huge favorite. 8 to 1 is a great value.
They're probably the second favorite.
And Memphis is, they definitely are. Memphis.
I mean, there's tons of money on them from Mattress Mac. I know that.
Memphis is better this year than last, I think, as well. Also, Amoni Bates. I'm done betting on that guy.
Eastern Michigan.
Bet on Eastern Michigan. They're the worst team ever.
No bias from that last guy, but he was also from Memphis, so there might be a little bias there.
No bias, but definitely bias.
This show's run on.
Shut up, the guy that said he was Purdue fan said I'm betting Ohio State.
Yeah, it's crazy. All right.
Big Ev, what's your favorite bridge?
The bridge? George Washington, probably.
The one. That's a lot of traffic, that one. Verrazano's pretty nice. All right, that's the show. Hopefully the Yak doesn't have to fart on all the mics. The Yak is up next.
Oh, shots.